In a few of my previous 4.0 ePTU quantum drive videos, I said that the quantum fuel consumption is 1 to 100. 1 SCU of quantum fuel can allow you to jump 100 gigameters. This is no longer true anymore because CIG has recently diversified every single type and every single size of quantum drives and also changed again the quantum tank capacity for many ships. So in this video, we're gonna take a look at the new quantum fuel consumption rate as well as every single ship that's been changed in terms of the quantum tank capacity. First, let's start with the quantum fuel consumption. I'm using the ship viewer website, and I'm gonna put the link of this website down below. And I'm using the RSI Zeus ES for our example. On the ship viewer website, there is a section called quantum travel, and here is the number that you can put. So I'm gonna put 100 gigameters as my example. So this is the distance we are jumping, 100 gigameters. And I'm also going to set the current quantum fuel for full for this Zeus ES. And now on top of this section, you see this section is different type of quantum drives, and the Zeus ES takes a size 2 quantum drive. So I'm going to be using the size 2 quantum drive for the example. For example, we are going to use a civilian A size 2 quantum drive. And here you see, to jump 100 gigameters with a civilian A size 2 quantum drive, the required fuel is 1.1 SCU. It is no longer 1 SCU anymore. So the fuel consumption rate is higher than before. And if we change to a civilian D quantum drive, look at now, our consumption rate is 1.9 SCU quantum fuel required to jump 100 gigameters, and the time is 10 minutes and 25 seconds. And if we change to a civilian C quantum drive, the consumption rate is 1.6 SCU, and the time required is 8 minutes 47 seconds. So now you can see the fuel consumption rate is diversified according to the grade of the quantum drive. The higher the grade, the lower the consumption rate, as well as faster for you to travel. Now, we're going to change to different type of size 2 quantum drives. So this is a civilian one. We're going to change to a competition B. To jump 100 gigameters, it will take 8 minutes and 28 seconds. The consumption is 1.3 SCU. And we're going to change to a competition C. The consumption rate is 1.6 SCU. Time is 10 minutes and 5 seconds. Now, let's change it to industrial B. Consumption is 1.3 SCU and time is 6 minutes and 1 second. Now change to a military B. Time is 6 minutes and 29 seconds and required fuel is 1.3 SCU. Now change to a military A. Now fuel consumption is 1.1 SCU and time required is 5 minutes 38 seconds. Changing to a stealth A quantum drive, fuel consumption is 1.1 and the time required is 7 minutes and 23 seconds. So through this, we can see again, the quantum drive's consumption rate is diversified, as well as the speed is diversified. Across board, we're just using size 2 quantum drive for example, but size 3 quantum drive and size 1 is exactly the same. However, for size 3 and up, we don't have a stealth grade. So no stealth component for size 3 and up. Only size 1 and size 2, including the quantum drives. Another conclusion we can draw is that the XL1 for size 2, the military A, is so far the best quantum drive. Its fastest travel time, 5 minutes and 38 seconds. And the lowest fuel consumption, 1.1 SCU. And the second best is, to my opinion, is a stealth A. Consumption is still low, 1.1. The time is more, yes, 7 minutes and 23 seconds, 2 minutes more than the XL1. But the great advantage is the stealth grade A will hide your EM signature greatly, even in navigation mode. So this is the second best. Maybe you can say this is the best if you want to maintain stealthy in a hostile pyro system. The third conclusion we can draw is that the fuel consumption ratio is no longer 1 to 100, but more than 1 to 100. The best consumption is 1.1 to 100. And if you don't use an XL1, for example, an Odyssey, this is a stock size 2 quantum drive for many ships, your consumption is 1.6 to 100. What this means is if you're looking at your quantum fuel tank for the ship, for example, the Zeus, the quantum tank is 2.6 SCU, which means before you can jump 240 gigameters, but now you cannot jump 240 gigameters. You can jump maybe 150 gigameters, and then you're going to be running out of quantum fuel. So in that sense, the quantum drives has been nerfed across board, but using the word nerf is incorrect because the previous state is a placeholder state. It's in the process of rebalancing the quantum drive. So if you're used to the old quantum drive system, 100 to 1 consumption rate, then it is no longer. Your fuel consumption is higher, and some quantum drives much higher than the previous consumption rate. So this is the thing that's changed that you must consider when 4.0 goes to live. And now, what about the ships that has their quantum fuel tanks changed? Here is the list. Aegis Eclipse changed from 2.4 SCU to 1.2 SCU. Aegis Gladius increased from 0.5 to 0.7. Hammerhead increased from 4 SCU to 6 SCU. Redeemer reduced from 2.4 SCU to only 1.2 SCU. Pisces and Pisces Rescue increased from 0.5 to 1.2 SCU. Wow, this is a good buff for the Pisces, which includes the Pisces Expedition 0.5 to 1.2. A big nerf for the Carrack from 16 SCU to only 10 SCU. However, for the Envotherapy Matic, this is not the quantum fuel but hydrogen fuel capacity increase from only 10 SCU to 104 SCU. So now, both the Terrapin and Terrapin Matic has the same amount of hydrogen fuel, 104 SCU. Argo Raft nerfed from 3.1 to 1.2 SCU. Argo SRV buffed from 1.2 to 2.5. Crusader Starlifters, all of them, A2, M2, and C2. A big nerf from 12 SCU to only 6 SCU, only half of the capacity than before, which also includes Crusader Ares Starfighter Inferno and Ion from 2.4 SCU to 1.2 SCU. This is also reduced half capacity. What is going on with Crusader ships? You don't have enough quantum fuel tanks? Which also includes the Crusader MSR, reduced from 4 SCU to 2 SCU, also reduced half. While Drake ships have no exception. Both Drake Cutter and Drake Cutter Scout quantum fuel reduced from 1 SCU to only 0.5 ICU, reduced by half. And Drake Cutter Rambler reduced from 1.5 SCU to only 1 SCU, including the Gatic Sulin reduced from 1 SCU to only 0.5 SCU. However, the MISC Freelancer DUR received a buff from 1.2 SCU to 1.8 SCU, and the MISC Hall C received a huge nerf from 16 SCU to only 8 SCU, and also a buff for MISC Reliant Sen from 0.7 SCU to 1.2 SCU. And for all the 100i series, the 100i, 125a, and 135c, a little bit of buff from 0.5 SCU to 0.7 SCU, which also includes Origin 300i, 325a, and 350r, increase from 0.5 SCU to 0.7 SCU. However, for the Origin 315p, the exploration version, quantum fuel capacity increased from 0.5 SCU to 1.2 SCU. The 600i and 600i Touring also received a huge buff from 2.2 SCU to 4.5 SCU. Love this change. Your Aurora LX also buffed from 0.5 ICU to 1.2 ICU, including the RSI Constellation Aquila, the exploration version. Quantum field capacity increased from 3.5 ICU to 5 ICU. And last, the RSI Zeus ES, the exploration version. Quantum field capacity increased from 1.5 to 2.4